Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. I'm Gottfried Weisgerber, President of the General Society of Mechanics and Tradesmen. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the General Society's annual Craftsmanship and Civic Leadership Awards in support of our Mechanics Institute. Tonight we are here to celebrate the contributions of two New Yorkers to our city. On behalf of the General Society, I would like to thank you for supporting tonight's event benefiting the Mechanics Institute, now in its 156th year of providing tuition-free education to men and women in the building trades who possess the desire to advance in their chosen fields. The education received here at Mechanics Institute has improved job opportunities and changed lives for many of our students, including my own. This fall, 383 students enrolled in our 2- to 3-year programs. Our many graduates are active in New York City's building industry, and many have gone on to attain prominent positions in major construction companies or open their own businesses. This provides a huge economic value to New York City and its workforce development. Since 1858, the General Society of Mechanics and Tradesmen has financed the Institute in its entirety. We are truly committed to its continued operation and success. While the General Society is dedicated to continuing to provide a tuition-free education, we must ask for the continued support of the building construction industry to maintain and expand our programs. So again, we thank you for your support. Through your contributions, you have joined us in securing the future of Mechanics Institute so that it can continue its long-standing tradition of helping others to make a better life for themselves, their families, and the community. I just wanted, before I turn over the mic to Gerard, I would like to say that this year is a record-breaking event, not only monetarily, but also in attendance and support for our two distinguished guests. So I thank you very much. I will now turn over the podium to Gerard Drohan, Jr., Vice President of the General Society.
Good evening. Tonight, our 2014 General Society Craftsmanship Award recipient is both a General Society member and a former student of Mechanics Institute who studied plumbing, HVAC, and electrical design. Our award recipient is an example of how Mechanics Institute students have assumed critical leadership roles in New York's building and construction industry. He has over 30 years of general management, sales, and operations experience and is Chief Operating Officer of Penguin Air Conditioning, a subsidiary of EMCOR Group. Penguin is one of Tri-State's largest and most respected specialty contractors with an emphasis on mechanical, HVAC, electrical, building automation, and customized maintenance programs. In his role as COO, he guides the firm's immediate and long-term strategic direction. He has established key organizational policies and processes, oversees all companies' lines of business, manages planning activities, and helps develop innovative and cost-effective ways to meet current and emerging market needs. His oversight on over $250 million worth of projects has been critical. He has long been active in his company's philanthropic activities, having just hosted EMCOR's 2014 Pink Hard Hat event, and serves on several board of trustees in the Staten Island community, including historic Ridgemantown and the Staten Island Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the 2014 Craftsmanship Award recipient, Frank Gibbons.
Good job, Frank. Congratulations. Thanks, man.
Guys, just step a little closer. Victoria, come on.
He's getting
Look this way, Frank. Got a lot of fans. That's great. Hold it like that. Once again, please. And one more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gerard, Victoria, Godfrey. Might as well throw my speech away because Gerard just read the whole speech I was about to read, so thank you, Gerard. I am really honored and thrilled to be receiving this Craftsmanship Award tonight. Having been an alumni of this school and then looking through the journal tonight of the past recipients of the Craftsmanship and Leadership Award, many of whom are here tonight, it's truly an honor to have my name in the company of those great leaders throughout New York City. And I would also like to congratulate Councilman Grodnick on his Civic Leadership Award tonight. So my speech really is everything Gerard just read. I've been at Penguin for close to 30 years. I started as a helper in 1985. And Penguin is a type of company that fosters growth, family, and it's a real good company that really doesn't exist much today. And I credit a lot of that to our CEO, Paul Shields, who's out here somewhere. A lot of our Penguin employees are here tonight, and if you spoke to most of them, they have an average of 20 to 30 years service with a company, and that's pretty amazing. Probably 70% of the company is with Penguin over 25 to 30 years. I was invited back about 15 months ago. Godfried worked for a competitor, another great company, PJ Mechanical, and we used to see each other on bids, and we were on a big bid for the National Basketball Association. And I said to Godfried, how's it going? He says, oh, I'm busy at work, and I just became president of the Mechanics Institute. And I said, oh, I went there for 4 years. And he said, oh, you have to come back to the school and see what they're doing. So I came and had a tour, and I was blown away of what's going on now. It's advanced so far from the 90s when I came to the school with the BIM classes. Penguin has two engineer project managers currently enrolled in Mechanics Institute. These two project managers also are college graduates, one from Villanova with a mechanical engineering degree and one from Manhattan College with a mechanical engineering degree. But they came here to really learn the trade of what Penguin does. Penguin is a specialty mechanical contractor, a leader in the industry for the last 63 years, and it's truly been a pleasure working for them. When I enrolled in the school, it was 1992, and my wife was pregnant with my first daughter, who's here tonight, Lauren. She drove home from Lafayette College to attend with me tonight. And so I enrolled in the HVAC mechanical class, and then I ended up saying, hey, let me take the plumbing. Then I took the electrical. So for 4 years, I spent 3.5 nights a week here. And during that time, we had 2 daughters. We had Irish twins, which were about 13 months apart. So, and then the 4th night of the week, I was in Lamaze class, for everybody who remembers that. So it was quite an experience. My wife and I got through it. You know, between working, going to school, going to Lamaze class, and trying to work some overtime to keep it going, it was tough, but we got through it. So it's really amazing. The Institute, to me, when I came back, was really gave me some memories that I hadn't thought about in a while. And when I look back now and think about it, I credit the Institute with being the foundation of knowledge for my career, which I continue to build on and give me a prosperous career in mechanical engineering over the last 30 years. I'm now in my 30th year at Penguin. So it's the only company I've worked for. I love it. I hope to retire at it. And it's just been an amazing experience. The Institute is, they covered it a little bit, it's still the only privately endowed, free technical school in New York City. And when I was doing some research for my speech, I looked at some past members, and one of them was Harper, the founder of Harper and Collins. One of them was Carnegie, who built Carnegie Hall. One of them was Peter Cooper, who built Cooper Union, which was a tuition-free college, which just this year started charging tuition. So over the 2 centuries that this has existed, the past leadership and current leadership has managed to keep the mission statement alive and provide free education, which is amazing. And I'd like to thank the current staff, Victoria, Godfried, and Gerard, for keeping the mission going, and the Board of Trustees and Governors. And in closing, I would just like to thank my wife and daughters, my 3 daughters. My brothers came, which was a surprise tonight, and everybody who came out and supported the event, which makes this society what it is today. So thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victoria Dangle, and I am the Executive Director and immediate Executive Director of the Society and the immediate past president. It is a great pleasure to welcome all of you to the historic General Society Library, whose construction was founded in 1903 by General Society member Andrew Carnegie. It is a very special place here in New York City and has been home to significant educational and cultural programming for over a century. For our recipient of the General Society of Mechanics and Tradesmen Civic Leadership Award, public service has always been about spotting problems early and implementing meaningful solutions within New York City community. Born and raised in New York City's Stuyvesant Town, Peter Cooper Village, he foresaw the sale of the property would put affordable middle-class housing at risk in New York City and initiated an unprecedented multi-billion-dollar bid on behalf of 25,000 tenants to buy the property. As a third-generation resident of Stuyvesant Town myself, I have personally witnessed his devotion and commitment to the community. And Dan was the original. He knocked on every single door in Stuyvesant Town and Peter Cooper Village. How many apartments was that? 11,200 apartments. And he came to my door one day, and there was Dan Garodnick. As a member of New York City Council and representing the newly designed 4th District, he has made the list of City Hall newspapers' rising stars under the age of 40 and currently serves as chair of the city's council Economic Development Committee. Prior to his election to the City Council in 2005, our recipient was a litigator in the New York law firm of Paul, Weiss, Rifkin, Wharton, and Garrison, and a law clerk for the Southern District of New York. He is a graduate of Dartmouth College and the University of Pennsylvania Law School, where he served as editor-in-chief of the University of Pennsylvania Law Review. He has authored some of the most important legislation to pass the council in the past number of years, including the Tenant Protection Act, the city's first Green Energy Code, and the expansion of the Transit Benefits Program. The Wall Street Journal described him as smart and fair, and the Daily News recognized him as one of the council's most effective legislators. In recognition of his important civic legislative role for the City of New York, it is my great pleasure to present Dan Garodnick with the General Society's 2014 Civic Leadership Award. Thank you, Dan.
Well, thank you very much, Victoria and Mr. President, the Board of Governors. It is a great privilege for me to be back here tonight, and to Frank, who's clearly a rock star in this crowd. Hard act to follow for me. I will tell you, legitimately, I'm a little intimidated by this room. Here among people who actually can build something or fix something. You know, I'm usually proud of myself when I can change a light bulb. This is really, I'm frequently in awe of you all. And when I look at the extraordinary work that is being done today in New York City, whether it's to build new subway lines with communication systems that talk to one another, or enormous skyscrapers with cranes perched in the sky, or modular apartments that are built in one place and installed in another one, I thank goodness that there are people in this world who have the technical capability to make that happen. If it were me, we'd probably be living in mud huts or something like that, but it would not be pretty. And I will tell you, I thank you for that, and I thank this institute for that. And the big point for me, and the one thought that I want to leave you with, is that in New York City, we need growth. We need progress. We've never feared doing big and bold things, and we are ever changing and ever moving forward. And so the fact that you all are giving training to New Yorkers in programs like virtual design and construction and project management and even historic preservation. Those are really key to that progress. And with that training come skills that lead to those well-paying and stable jobs that New Yorkers need and that so many of the people who do what I do frequently like to talk about. And so this is really where it is happening, and I want to thank you for that. And so when we think about being bold, that means big transit projects. You heard that I like to think about those. It means updating old zoning regulations like we are doing in Midtown Manhattan and updating transit at the same time. And so I wanted to make sure that you know that there is a member of the council, and there are many, but it is certainly one receiving your award tonight, who chairs an economic development committee, who understands the importance of all of that and the importance of us growing and evolving as a city and are needing to support great institutions like this one who are helping New Yorkers to do just that. So I'm very honored to be here tonight. Thank you so much for the award.
And we have greetings from the Manhattan Borough President, Gail Brewer, who sent this today. And just very quickly, we are proud to acknowledge those organizations and individuals that remain committed to improving our city and vibrantly enriching community. And whereas the General Society of Mechanics and Tradesmen of the City of New York has served and educated Manhattan residents since its founding by skilled craftsmen in 1785, whereas the Society's educational, philanthropic, and cultural programs provide vocational guidance and professional development opportunities to New Yorkers from all backgrounds, whereas the Society's Mechanics Institute, one of the city's first free schools, was founded in 1858 and continues to provide tuition-free evening instruction and trades-related education and a unique service to improve job opportunities for New Yorkers in the building and construction industry, whereas supporting the Society's educational programs, the Apprentices Library, the city's oldest, second oldest library, one of its 3 remaining private membership circulating libraries, making its extensive collections available to other institutions and the public, whereas the Society has offered a public lecture series in some format continually since 1837, bringing in master artisans who discuss the intricacies of their specialized crafts, whereas each year the Society plans and organizes the General Society Annual Craftsmanship and Civic Leadership Awards to support the more than 350 students enrolled in the Mechanics Institute's programs. Now, therefore, I, Gail A. Brewer, do hereby commend the General Society of Mechanics and Tradesmen on its contributions to New York City and proclaim Thursday, November 20th, 2014, General Society of Mechanics and Tradesmen Appreciation Day. Thank you.